Okay, Osprey, you can do it. All you need to do is fly right through that rainbow. You got this. Almost there, come on. Yes. Sorry, but that was my inner dialogue as this magical moment was happening. And in case you didn't know, capturing an osprey flying through a rainbow is good luck. How do I know this? Well, because this is what happened next. It would appear that this snowy egret wanted to share its fresh, floppy mullet with me. But in reality, this clever little bird was using me as cover. It knows that if it stands close to me, no other birds will come anywhere near it, and it can swallow that fish whole, just like this. But what I'd really like to do is see if there is any image quality loss using the 1.4 teleconverter on the 302.8, and this reddish egret was nice enough to volunteer. What an amazing amount of detail and texture hidden in this punk rock looking bird. Unreal. As expected, I don't see any quality loss with the 1.4 teleconverter. Let's see how it renders that pleasing bokeh. Ah, beautiful. Look at this little bird. The out of focus area, or the bokeh in this shot, looks excellent. And it looks great in this shot too. And this sleepy little bird is a willet. But the real question here is, will it? It will, and it can. That's my attempt at bird humor. Hey, little bird humor never hurt anybody. All right, let's see how the teleconverter works handling fast-moving action on the 302.8. What an elegant and graceful creature. If there were ever ballet auditions for birds, the reddish egret would be the first in line. Watching these amazing birds hunt the shallows, it never gets old. Let's get some shots of this beauty. That's more like it. I love the dramatic backlighting, and capturing images with strong backlighting is always an excellent test for any lens, teleconverter or not. But I don't really care for the background. I would like something a little cleaner. Call me picky. That's definitely a leap in the right direction. See what I did there? This bird is frozen in mid-leap. Ha! But again, the background isn't really the best. There we go. Now we have some excellent action with great backlighting. Everything looks nice and sharp. And the next frame is a little better. The shallow depth of field creates a pleasing out of focus area on the bird's wings, letting us know that this bird was moving pretty fast. But I want to see action, nice light, and a full wing spread. I don't think that's too much to ask for. And that's exactly what I had in mind. Look at that impressive wingspan and that beautiful light dancing between the bird's feathers. What an amazing animal. But wait, this photographer has the right idea, and a really cool hat, I might add. He's going for the low angle shot and a dramatic side lighting. Let's see this bird from that angle. Now we have some nice side lighting, but this bird has just blocked it all with its wings. This is how the reddish egret likes to hunt. It will throw its wings up over its head to either block the glare on the water or to scare the fish below. And once it sees the fish, its head and body strike just like a snake in an attempt to snatch the fish from the water. Even if the bird doesn't catch anything, you can still capture some amazing images when they quickly pull their head back out of the water like this. The suspended water often looks like ice or glass, and as you can see, this attempt was unsuccessful. But this bird has to eat, and if you wait around long enough, they're bound to catch something, just like this mullet. Now this is the type of action I was hoping for, and this fish won't last long. There's a lot of competition here, and advertising a floppy dangler, a large fish that is still fighting for its life, is always going to attract the wrong type of attention. So after some great eye contact, the reddish egret sends this mullet right down its gullet. Luckily, the so-called competition is a little distracted at the moment. An unruly gang of ferocious wood storks has, well, helped themselves to a fisherman's bounty. Of course, these birds aren't unruly or ferocious, they're just opportunists, and this is an opportunity they won't pass on. And while the wood storks are busy stealing bait, The local osprey population have their own plans. From high above the tide pool, the supreme angler of the skies comes silently gliding in. Its gaze affixed on some poor fish that has moved into dangerously shallow water. The osprey, a pure hunting machine, puts on the speed while altering its flight to avoid crashing into the hard sandy bottom. Its decision to pursue a fish in the shallows might have a devastating impact on the bird. But luckily, the osprey just skims the surface and comes up empty, while another osprey much closer chose deeper water. Its decision yields a nice bounty of fish, an Atlantic menhaden. Let's get some shots of these birds in action. Up higher in the sky, that magical golden light shines like a beacon on an osprey that has just seen a possible meal below. And as it approaches the water, we get that classic osprey pose with the talons out and at the ready. Upon impact, it's easy to see that this bird has targeted an entire school of fish, increasing its odds at actually coming away with a finicky meal. And as the osprey rises out of the water like a phoenix from the ashes, it appears I'm not the only one watching. That unruly gang of wood storks and a snowy egret have gathered on the shoreline to watch. But in spite of diving right into an entire school of fish, this osprey comes up empty and right in front of its peers. As my friend Jim would say, how embarrassing. But as they say, there are plenty of fish in the sea, so this bird must try again. And once again, this bird comes in with those meat hooks at the ready. Look at the determination on this bird. Amazing. Its talons slice right through the water, hoping to make contact with some poor unsuspecting fish. And once again, this bird rises like a phoenix from the ashes. And once again, its talons are empty. But look at this bird's form. A for effort, osprey. And speaking of form, this reddish egret is eager to show off its impressive form as it gracefully exits the tide pool in search of a richer food source and a photographer who might give it a little more attention. What a prima donna. Oh, what's this? An osprey with a fish. Do you ever wonder what's going through the fish's mind as they are yanked from their home and swept away to an unknown world? Glad I'm not a fish. Let's check in with our other diving angler. As it rises out of the waters cast in the shadows of a local bridge, only small rays of golden light illuminate the bird. This time, though, the osprey was successful. There is a lot to be learned from these birds. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and if you're patient, those shadows will give way to golden light. I think it's safe to say that the 1.4 teleconverter works great on the Sony 300mm 2.8, but what about the 2x teleconverter? That'll be the subject of my next video.